I mean, I'm doing a Star Wars review, so of course I'm wearing a Pikachu onesie. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It's really hard to do this video without mentioning spoilers, like even the smallest thing is a spoiler. There are two ways this film could have gone. It could have either been really good and hailed as iconic, or it could have gone really, really bad. Fortunately for us, it's a bit more this side than this side, depending on your view. There's gonna be some people out there that just don't like this film and they were never gonna be pleased. Star Wars was limited by its time. J.J. Abrams has to deal with a whole new generation that are used to a much higher level of filmmaking than they were back when George Lucas first came out with the original Star Wars film. And yeah, he did a good job. It's a beautiful film. The cinematography was beautiful. You can see it in the trailers as well. It's consistent throughout it. It just looks stunning. And you can tell a lot of heart and soul went into every single element of it. There's no particular element where the film lacks. It looks good. It sounds good. The direction is really good. The editing's really good. That John Williams soundtrack, it got to me, man. The way it's produced is really, really good. There is definitely production value to this film and it shows. You can tell that everything that they could make practical was practical. The stormtroopers, the sets, action scenes. Can I also point out, stormtroopers, they can shoot now. Although, apparently, I didn't actually see this, but my friend did inform me after the film, the first shot taken by a stormtrooper actually shoots another stormtrooper in the back. The characters are also really good. Like, you have your old characters and they're meaningful. You feel like they should be in the position that they are. It's not like they're just shoehorned in for nostalgia or anything. In terms of the overall story, they have a huge part to play in it, and so they're going to have a huge part to play over the course of the trilogy. The new characters steal the show. I mean, Harrison Ford does really well as Han Solo, but the others do so well. Kylo Ren was probably my favourite, not gonna lie. I love the two new lead characters, but Kylo Ren, it's really interesting to see his sort of character because he's not the sort of villain that you were expecting. John Boyega was really funny in it. This other guy that I cannot remember the name of, like Poe or something like that, he's really good. Rey is awesome, like she's just fantastic in it. JJ actually has done something very good for the Star Wars series. He's updated it. The blasters feel heavier, like the shots that they take, you really feel that they have power, whereas in the original trilogy they were just kind of like pew 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 pew. Now they're like pew pew pew. It's just gonna be me doing sound effects for this entire video, I'm pretty sure. The lightsabers are also a lot more powerful, whereas before they were like zoom, 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 zoom. In the new film, they have power to them, like and the way they're made is also a lot more interesting. The way the lightsabers are done now, like you've seen a lightsaber fight close up when they've been in close combat where they basically have the lightsabers to their faces and they're just kind of trying to push back the other one. You've seen it in the original series, you've seen it in the prequels, it is in this series as well. With the other two trilogies, I always kind of felt like the lightsabers were a little bit weak. Like when they're this close to their face, I'm like, yeah, you don't want it near you. It's a bit more easier when they're sort of pushing back and it doesn't have as much impact. With this thing, I was scared. Kylo Ren's lightsaber, it's terrifying. It feels like something that could do some serious damage. We all know it can, but now it really has this weight to it, this heaviness and energy to it. It's fantastic. Plus, the hilt. Everyone was saying about this. You all remember it. It was, why is there two mini lightsabers coming out of the end of it? They found an actual use for the hilt in the film. In my personal opinion, this was exactly what I wanted to find in a Star Wars film. It's not the most perfect film in the world. It's not going to be a perfect film. Very few films are, if any. There was one continuity problem that I found, and it was to do with a lightsaber, but I'm probably just being an idiot about that one. Some things I wish they just kept on for a little bit longer because those scenes were really interesting. Some things I think they could have maybe hurried up a little bit, but I really enjoyed that film. I'm not gonna lie, I welled up at the beginning when the Star Wars logo came on and the text started scrolling. Especially for me, because I've never actually been old enough to go and see a Star Wars film in the cinema. My entire Star Wars experience has been home video. It felt very much like the original films, but kind of updated. It does feel like a safe story that they went with. It is very similar sort of structure to A New Hope. I was actually surprised when I came out of this film just how much it is like this. And I was sat there last night after I came out of the cinema just thinking just how many similarities there are. The entire structure of the film, it plays out pretty much like A New Hope did, except the added CGI is better and it looks better and it feels a bit more real. In my personal opinion, it's a little bit better than A New Hope. That's just me. I really liked it. If you can't tell already, I'm really excited about it. I saw it yesterday. I'm still buzzing about it. I had to make a review for it. I wish I was there now watching it, and I wish I could just go and watch it 100 more times at the cinema. I'm really happy. So far, the new trilogy looks good. Overall, Star Wars was a really good time. It's not the most perfect film, but it is definitely what I needed, and I think most people would agree with me. It's the film that the fans wanted. It's what we needed after the prequels. And yeah, I think it just makes me feel safe in the fact that this series has now been taken over by Disney. And I do have faith in them. I have complete faith in them at this point. Hopefully they won't let me down. After a year of speculation and worry and theories and just tense anticipation, it's so nice to be able to go out of the cinema and actually say I enjoyed a modern Star Wars film. I think I'm gonna do this kind of like Netflix. So 1 is I hated it, 2 is I disliked it, 3 liked it, really liked it, and then loved it. So for me, this film was 5 lightsabers out of 5. And now I'm gonna end this video really awkwardly.